Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kati and today I have the June spending results for you. So I track my spending in this Filofax Mini, this cute mini rings planner, and I have made a setup video about this. I will link it below, but today we are watching the June spending results. And I track here all my spending related to stationery, planners, journals. So that's like my passion spending, my hobby spending. And because it's my hobby and my passion, I have in the past year spent, I think, too much money on this. So that is why I started to track my spending and then made a budget. And I wanted to reduce all my spending and be conscious about when I buy, what I buy. So that is why I started to track my no spend days also, and I have made a goal for myself for every month. So in June, which has 30 days, I had a goal of 15 no spend days. Then my spending budget on stationery is €2 per day. So June has 30 days, so my budget is €60, of which I get €20 to spend this month, and then €40 I have to put in my planner savings account. Then I have here €5. This is from my May budget, which was left over, so that's growing my spending budget in June. And here I have the savings. This is the total sum from May, which I have saved, and then this is the €40 which I get in June. So here are my numbers which start the month, and then I tell you my color coding if you can't read Finnish, so you don't know what I bought, so the color coding will help you too. So green is for no spend days, blue is for anything necessary, groceries, some toiletries, yellow is then spending, like nice to have but not so necessary, like new towels, new bed sheets, anything for the kitchen or new clothes. Of course you have to have them, but they are like, you can live without those new things. And then pink, my favorite color, is for the stationery spending. Then let's see how I did in June. So I started with no spend, then something that's nowadays necessary. I bought some new face masks for myself. They were on sale and you need them, so I bought 2 packs of pink masks for myself. So I have enough for now. Then I bought a book, food, something for home. As you can see, that goes in the spending category. Then no spend days. And I do this every evening. When I do my evening journaling, I write here what I bought and put the color code so that I keep myself accountable in this thing, in my no spend days and in my spending budget. And here, if you are wondering, if you can read, it's the same word, it's home in Finnish. So sometimes it's like spending and sometimes it's something necessary. For example, like if you have to buy something for cleaning and also the toilet paper, they go in here in this category. And this is then yellow when it's more like for the looks, and this is more like for everything working. Then food, and then, oh yes, we had a shopping day and I wanted to go to Muji. And you can't go to Muji without buying something. And I bought this Muji erasable pen. It's black, 0.5, but I didn't enjoy this very much. Here you can see the Muji compared to Pilot. So The Muji one, it's like a gray, not so even end result, and as you can see the palette is much more darker, although these all are like black. So I enjoy this the most. Actually I enjoy this also, but if you want to write small, this is like too thick for that. So I wasn't satisfied with this purchase. This was $3.50 and I got this at $3.60 or $3.50, but these are like the same price, and I enjoy this so much more. And I like this because it's the clicky. I don't like to use in everyday life these pens with a cork because it's so much easier to just click it on and write. Then I bought these highlighters. Actually I wanted to buy this one in the smoky apricot, but they were out of them. So I bought 2 of the gray ones and then 2 of this smoky mustard that I didn't have before, and I enjoy them very much. They are only 95 cents a piece and I like them very much, but I then learned something. I made a mistake. So it was the first day I was using this pen, and you have to be very careful when you put the cork back on, because I messed it up and I put it like just like, I don't know, a bit like this. So there you can see it. It like broke the tip of my pen, so it doesn't make any even line anymore. I have pushed it like now back together, but here you can see, if you can see it, there is a separation in the line. So I was so sad about it that I broke it on the first day. So you have to be very careful when you put this back on. I haven't had this problem with any other of my highlighters, and believe me, I have a lot of highlighters. This is the first one when I have destroyed the tip, and well, this was cheap, but still I like the colors and I like it's a little drier, so you can use it on books and it doesn't come through on the other side, compared to these Stabilo bosses, which are very wet and they come through very easily from any papers. So I bought those 5 pens, and then, well, this is almost necessary, but it goes to this stationery category. I bought yet again new morning pages notebook. I go these through very quickly because I have written the morning pages every morning, and this has 80 pages, so I go these through every other month. And this time there was this new gray black one which was called Onyx, which is the same as the Pelikan Edelstein black gray ink Onyx, so I thought that was fun. So, but I just love it. It's like perfect paper for a fountain pen, and it has lines, so it's a joy to write on these. And I don't know, this is just my to-go notebook for writing morning pages, and that was $2.99. Then clothes, nose pens. And this was, I bought some books and card decks, but then I cancelled the order. But because I had made the order, I counted this as a spent day. But then in the end, it was a 0 spent day. Then, yes, here I made my first sale. I was in desperate need of more money for my stationery spending because I wanted to make a bigger order, and I didn't have the money for it. So I started to sell my stationery on Facebook, and first I sold, it was actually an easy sell for me because someone was looking for happy planner, skinny mini planner pages. And if you have watched my videos before, I actually bought a skinny mini planner for me on my birthday this year, and then I didn't end up using it, the size, so I was happy to sell those pages for someone who was looking for them, so I made 10 euros. The next day I sold my Hobonichi Original Avec, so the A6 that I used this year from January till April, so I sold the second book because I didn't come up with a good use for it. Now I have tried them, I think enough, those Hobonichi A6s, and in the end I don't enjoy them, so it's just too much text all over. So I was happy to make 16 euros from it. So it got a new home and I got some money for my stationery spending budget. And then no other purchases because I was saving money for my order. So the results, I got 15 no spend days. I spent only 10 euros and 29 cents. So my starting budget was the 20 euros plus what I had left from May, what I spent, and here's my sales. So I ended up with 41 euros and 66 cents. So this was a very good month. But then, yeah, I blew it in July, but that will be in my next spending video. But I was so happy that I made money in June. I had a goal that I wanted to buy something, so I was so determined that I was ready to sell something and make it happen. Then my savings, so I had 72 euros and June gave 40 euros more, so I have now, in the end of June, I had 112 euros and 10 cents, and this is something that I must grow for fall because this is the money I can spend, for example, for a Hobonichi order. So if I want to have my weeks and everything for next year, I need to save, and this sum must go up. I'm so happy that I started this because now it's like if I want to have something, I maybe have to sell something that I'm not using so that I have the money for something new. So I'm so proud of myself, if I can say that. And here I have then total spending this year, and this is something for me to like remind myself because it's so easy to forget what you have done in the past, and so that I keep myself again accountable to my goals. So here I wrote that my budget for the year would be like 700 and the maximum amount 1,000 euros. So that's why I put this here so that I keep track where I'm going. And the first 6 months I have spent 250 euros, and that's in average about 40 euros a month. So I'm in my budget, which is the 2 euros per day. So it's from 56 to 62 euros per month. So I'm under that, but of course I mostly spend in the fall when making my purchases for the next year, the new planners and everything. So I need to, like, as I did in this month, I need to reduce my spending now in the summertime so that I have the money for fall. But I'm pretty happy now how this went, and I'm hopeful that I have enough money for the Hobonichi releases in the fall. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be very happy if you would. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.